At peace regarding the trouble beneath the stars, deathless, watching the works of death and chance, immobile, seeing the millenniums pass, untouched while the long map of fate unrolls, they look on our struggle with impartial eyes, and yet without them, cosmos could not be.
I understand this to be the gods,
Hmm.
these great gods who look over us. I'm going to raise my volume. Does that help at all? Can
No,
you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you now. I'm able
Okay.
to hear. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So they have to look on our struggle, the human struggle in a body, with impartial eyes. Because if they were partial to anything, they would not be on the side of truth. Now,
Okay.
Tara told me that at her recent visit, I went to her home, and she said that her father, Johar, asked
Mhm.
Mother, tell me exactly what is truth.
Oh,
And Mother said, where there is harmony, there is truth.
okay.
So we finished this page, I think, and we
Hmm.
have to go to the next, which is 58. 58.
I'll start reading the narrative.
Yes, fine.
Im- Impervious to desire and doom and hope, their station of inviolable might, moveless upholds the world's enormous task. Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit, its yearnings last by their indifference.
Let's go over pronunciation first. Um, impervious
Hmm.
and inviolable. Inviolable.
Inviolable. Okay. Inviolable.
Not able, but able.
Able. Okay.
Inviolable. Yeah.
Violable. Okay. Okay.
Now let's take a look at the reading of that text. Their station of inviolable might, moveless, upholds the world's enormous task. Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit. Its yearning lasts by their indifference. So, can you read it again?
Sure.
Impervious.
Impervious to desire and doom and hope, the station of inviolable, inviolable might, moveless upholds the world's enormous task. Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit.
No, its ignorance is by their knowledge lit.
Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit.
Got it.
Its yearnings last by their indifference.
Now you got it correct.
Okay.
It's,
Their knowledge is
yeah,
together.
that's right. So inviolable and impervious.
Mhm.
Impervious means what?
Not attached to something.
More incapable of being influenced or persuaded or
Oh,
affected by something. So if someone is impervious, they cannot be influenced or affected.
okay.
Now, inviolable means incorruptible,
Okay.
unassailable, incapable of being violated.
Mhm. Right.
So these beings are impervious to desire and to doom and hope. And you could be a little bit clearer on the D of and.
Yeah.
Okay, good. No problem. We're doing this together. There's no problem at all.
Hmm.
Don't even feel bad about anything. This is a joyous voyage. So
Thank you.
that station of inviolable might is moveless, and still it upholds this enormous task of the world. And our ignorance, its ignorance, the world's ignorance, is lit by their knowledge. And the yearning of the world lasts by their indifference. What a line, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you see how Sri Aurobindo is constantly bringing us to understand these beings who are indifferent, unmoved, impervious. All these lines he draws for us to tell us how they cannot be moved by our minor struggles and problems and sorrows and pains. Now, he's going to continue still on this image, and we have to look at it closely. Beginning as the height.
Yes. As the height draws the low ever to climb.
Yeah, you see, as the height draws the low ever to climb. So it's drawing the low to climb.
As the height draws the low ever to climb, as the breadths draw the small to adventure vast, their aloofness drives man to surpass himself.
Now you got the feeling of the rhythm. In
Yes.
the second, I heard you got it when you said as the breadths. Very good. See, so these things come, the more we work on them, the more we look at them, the more we bring them into our soul. Not our mind so much, but our soul. So look at this beautiful line. The height draws the low, but what does it draw the low to do? It draws it to climb. So we have the height up here, we have the low down here, and that height draws the low ever to climb. As the breaths draw the small to adventure vast, their aloofness, that you have to pronounce a little better, their aloofness
Aloofness.
drives man to surpass himself.
Their aloofness drives man to surpass himself.
Very good. Next
I'll
slide.
continue, Narad, sir. Yeah. Our passion, heavens to wed, the
Ah,
eternal's arm.
our passion heaves.
Heaves, sorry.
Now,
I have
he,
got reading glasses, so I'll get them by next week.
okay. So heaves in this sense of the definition is rising up or swelling up. It's an upward movement, especially rhythmical, but in this case, it's just to rise up or swell. So we can feel our passion heaving up to wed the calm of the eternal. And carry on.
Our passion heaves to wed the eternal's calm. Our dwarfs search mind to meet the omniscient's light.
So all of these things are helping us. We have seen so many things now,
Mhm.
that and their aloofness drives man to surpass himself because they are not involved in our petty world. They want us to surpass ourselves. They want us to become divine, servants of the divine. And therefore, our passion rises up to marry the calm of the eternal.
Hmm.
Got it?
Yeah.
The eternal here is capitalized
Mhm.
because it means the divine. It's the divine's calm. Huh?
Mhm.
Sri Aurobindo in the Life Divine tells us in one sentence, so beautiful. The eternal is our refuge. All the rest are false values. The ignorance and its maze, the self bewilderment of the soul in phenomenal nature. Our dwarf search mind. Wow, that is an interesting one. First of all, Alok tells us it is the description of the human mind that can hardly climb barely a few infant steps
Hmm.
towards the home of truth. Now, Nolini also, when I asked him, he answered me and he said, mind is always searching, bubbling. The bubbling is that of a dwarf. A dwarf, when he walks, is not elegant, is
Hmm.
ungainly, as are mind's movements.
Hmm.
Incredible statement from Nolini. Oh, so we have seen that our dwarf search mind, a
Hmm.
very weak mind, like a mind of a dwarf, wants to meet the light of the omniscient. The
Hmm.
omniscient is again the all powerful, the divine. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's often referenced uh, specifically to the divine. And
Yeah.
now we have one more sentence. Our
Our
helpless heart.
helpless hearts to enshrine the omnipotence force.
Now,
Hmm.
the omnipotent again, we see it's the divine. It's an epithet for God. So let's go back to all of those and look at them again. It'll take a
Sure.
couple moments.
Sure.
Okay, let's start with as the height. As the height draws the low ever to climb. As the
Yes.
breadths draw the small to adventure vast. Their aloofness drives man to surpass himself. Our passion heaves to wed the eternal's calm. Our dwarf search mind to meet the omniscience light. And we have a few more minutes. Our helpless hearts. See, our hearts are even helpless. To enshrine. To enshrine. What does enshrine mean?
To reflect.
No, it
No.
means it means to enclose as if in a shrine.
Okay.
We want to enclose that or place that omnipotence force to
Mhm.
enshrine our helpless hearts.
Okay.
Little complicated, but we got it. No?
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right, now a few more lines and then we'll break. Can you read it again?
Okay.
Acquiescing,
Acquiescing in the wisdom that made hell and the harsh utility of death and tears, acquiescing in the gradual steps of time, careless the seam of the grief that stings the world's heart, careless of the pain that rends its body and life, above joy and sorrow is that grandiose walk. They have no portion in the good that dies, mute, pure, they share not in the devil done,
in the evil done.
in the evil done, else might their strength be marred and could not save.
So all of this, Sri Aurobindo has brought us to this understanding. Because if you are not attached to something, you are free. And
Mm,
these beings are free.
mm,
Not only that, but they don't care about the grief that stings our heart. They don't
mm,
care about the pain that rends, that tears our body and life,
mhm,
because they are above joy and sorrow.
mhm,
And they have no portion in the good that dies. They don't care about the evil done, because if they did, their strength might be marred and could not save. Okay, please read from the beginning.
Okay, so I'll go to page 57.
Right.
Yeah. Um, started here. A deep surrender is their source and of might, a still identity, their way to know. Motionless is their action like a sleep, at peace regarding the trouble beneath the stars, deathless, watching the works of death and chance, immobile, seeing the millenniums pass, untouched, while the long map of fate unrolls. They look on our struggle with impartial eyes, and yet without them cosmos could not be. Impervious to desire and doom and hope, their station of inviolable might, moveless, upholds the world's enormous task. Its ignorance is by their knowledge lit, its yearnings last by their indifference. As the height draws the low ever to climb, as the breadths draw the small to adventure vast, their aloofness drives man to surpass himself. Our passion heaves to wed the eternal's calm. Our dwarf search mind to meet the omniscient's light. Our helpless hearts to enshrine the omnipotent's force. Acquiescing in the wisdom that made hell and the harsh utility of death and tears, acquiescing in the gradual steps of time, careless they seem of the grief that stings the world's heart, careless of the pain that rends its body and life. Above joy and sorrow is that grandiose walk. They have no portion in the good that dies. Mute, pure, they share not in the evil done.
Evil.
Evil, okay. Mute, pure, they share not in the evil done, else might their strength be marred and could not save.
Good reading. Concentrate a little more on the D and
Okay.
and I have to go on.
And okay. Thank you, Narad sir. Thanks a lot. Okay.
You understood it all, right? It's very
Yes, yes,
clear.
Narad. Sure. Thank you, sir.